Yes, Melissa, I'm back. The biggest takeaway was related to the supply headwind, 4 to 8 billion. That was a bigger headwind than what we had in the March quarter. And the reason why that's significant is, of course, Apple is among pretty much every company that's dealing with these supply issues. But what this does, I think, is it creates some anxiety for investors going into next quarter. If you were going to put all these numbers together, the $4 to $8 billion impact, and look at where street guidance is, just to put some context on this, they basically are guiding to about 83 billion in revenue for the June quarter. The street was at 87 billion when you put all the factors together. And I think just that reality, I think, does impact the near term how this stock can perform, just like any company. Ultimately, these are transitional issues that they're going through. And at what point we get through these supply constraints, my best guess is probably sometime early next year. And so to answer your question, Melissa, what's the impact been? I think that the supply piece is noteworthy. It's noteworthy because it's come up on each of the last 4 calls, and it's going to probably be in the back of investors' minds. Again, it doesn't change my confidence. I think this is a $250 stock in a year from now. Call me out of touch with reality, but I think what they're going to get into, this company will bounce back, bounce higher in the future. But this supply topic is something that is taking the headlines for the quarter.
The expected hit to revenue, Gene, just to be clear, is from supply chain constraints, according to Tim Cook, according to the CFO as well. I'm wondering, have they mentioned anything about demand in China and whether they are seeing demand soften because of all the lockdowns?
Record quarter in China. It grew at 4%. It grew at 21%
but for the current quarter.
For the current quarter. No, they're basically saying that the demand continues to be great, however, that they just can't keep up with supply. So that is ultimately, people want their products. It's so to answer your question is, the demand equation seems great. The supply piece is essentially the boogeyman that I think is going to be some concern. And ultimately, they're going to get through the supply issues, having products that are revered around the world.